And the Yankees taking on the White Sox in Chicago. The Astros will host the Angels. You've got the Royals hosting the Tigers. Padres and Twins in Minnesota. Cubs and Rockies in Colorado. The A's and Rangers get together in Sacramento. And the Dodgers play host to the Diamondbacks.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
Welcome, everybody. It's Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710 and seattlesports.com. Happy Friday to everybody out there. It's another nice day outside. Perfect day for Mariner baseball, which will be coming your way in an hour with the pregame show. So we've got a very abbreviated show today. We've got guests coming up at 2:30. Buddy of ours, buddy of Adam Ray, comedian Chris Porter, resident Kansas City Royal hunk, will join us. He's in town playing the Tacoma Comedy Club. So he was in studio with us last time he came through, so we'll talk to him on the phone at 2:30. We've got WHYMAN. We've got Mean Text. We'll shoot for Mean Text. I don't know. Is this enough time for our listeners to get creative?
What do you think, Mike?
I don't think so. That's why we're kind of shortening it, because I don't think there'll be enough creativity. They won't be awake.
You've got no belief in them?
They're going to wake up, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock, and just wonder what's going on.
Would you attribute that to that they're just dumb?
Yeah, they're like the Colorado student section in the second quarter.
All the weed. All the weed happening.
I like how you wrote that in yesterday. That was something about Deion Sanders and our texters might have something in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like the smell of weed.
Well, 866-979-3776 is the text line for your creative text, your mean text. Get those going. We'll do that at 2:45. Again, the abbreviated show. We'll turn you over to the pregame show coming up at 3 p.m. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are getting ready for the regular season, and head coach Mike Macdonald made the starting O-line official yesterday. I think we all had a pretty clear idea of what it was going to be, but here he is announcing the official starters for that O-line.
We have made a decision on our offensive line. So Abel started right tackle, Anthony Bradford started right guard, Jalen right now was our starting center. Gray's obviously at left tackle, and Charles Cross at left tackle, or left guard and left tackle, respectively. So, as you know, nothing's set in stone, but those guys have done a great job. Olu's done a phenomenal job. He's ready to go if anything happened, but that's the crew that we'll start the season with.
Yeah, that was kind of my vote going in. I like Jalen Sundell based on what I heard. I didn't obviously see a lot of his play, but to be a center, you got to be really sharp. You got to be on top of things, and that's the thing about him. He's really smart. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Joey Hunt. Joey Hunt.
You loved Joey Hunt. I remember that.
He was the smartest football player on the team.
Yeah, I mean, he was so small for that spot.
No, he was tiny, and then he could play tackle. He could play guard. I mean, it didn't matter where you put him on the line. And
what do you think his most memorable play was?
Who?
Joey Hunt.
Oh, is there something that...
Didn't he get trucked by the 49ers?
Oh, yeah. It was a Monday night game.
He got put on his back.
Well, and look, that's exactly what I would have done. I mean, and, it was like, okay, we're going to set the tone right now.
Yeah.
And it was a good move. I'm trying to remember the D-tackle's name.
Poor guy.
But, I mean, look, he obviously wasn't, big enough. I mean, he just wasn't a big enough guy. But Jalen Sundell, I mean, he's pretty stout, but he's a shorter guy. But I like his versatility, and that's the other thing. He's just smart. I mean, you can't undervalue that.
Yeah. Olu's not a big dude, though, either. Isn't he considered a bit undersized for that spot?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's probably a little bit under 300, but I think what Olu needs is somebody to piss him off. I mean, I think that's what, and I think Ray Roberts will tell you the same thing, that he just, and I'm not talking about cheating or, being a cheap shot or anything like that. It just needs to get himself in a bad mood and just kind of, try to find a way to just really lean into that. I mean, I think he's talented, and they like what he brings to the table, but he's also a guy that was hurt for quite a bit. So I think that affected him. And then Bradford, to me, is just, I think this guy, his upside is tremendous, but Can they get him focused? Can they get him playing?
That's going to be interesting to watch because I feel like you and I had been on an island in talking about him being maybe the most dominant, physically dominant individual on that line potentially. If he could be consistent. I mean, he's got so much to work with. And anytime we would speak about him in that way, we would get text after text going, he stinks. You got to get somebody better. He's not good, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just, there's a perception of him out there that needs to be changed.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have much slack, I don't think, with the fan base.
No, but I mean, they were right.
Yeah.
He wasn't good. And the reason why is because he just, wasn't focusing. He wasn't finishing. I mean, remember in the preseason asking the offensive line coach about that. And, he said, yeah, that's what the problem is. I would tell you that he's the most dominant player. And this was Scott Huff, I think. Or no, it was Ryan Grubb. It was the offensive coordinator. And he was saying, look, I would say this guy's the most physically talented guy. And that's when I really started looking at him. That was down in Tennessee. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, my God, he just barely touches somebody and they fall down. And, I mean, he's just incredibly powerful. But it's no good if you can't do your assignments. And that's why I value guys like Joey Hunt.
Do you think his leash is short with Coach Macdonald?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, Mike's not going to stand for that. And we know that he doesn't sit around on his hands and go, well, maybe we can give him in a couple of weeks and see what happens. No, it's like right now. At least that's what I've learned from Macdonald. I mean, it seems like that's what's going on there. But I like this offensive line, and I like the fact that Zabel and the center played together. I have to say that looking at Gray Zabel during the preseason, if you were to go off of that and look at some of the things that he's done, you might see a couple of rookie moments, but you also might think that's your best offensive lineman.
Yeah, maybe he ultimately will be.
Yeah.
I'd prefer my best O-lineman be the left tackle.
Yeah.
But,
I think he's close, but I mean, I don't know. Gray Zabel just does some unbelievable, things you can't coach.
Yeah.
Basically. So, but yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it's nice that we're talking about Olu because, look, that's one position that needs to get locked down. We look at the history, and you've talked a lot about tight end and how there hasn't been that dominant tight end. I think we have that guy right now with A.J. Barner, but same thing with center. I mean, really, it's going back to Max Unger when they had an actual, solid
Britt.
Yeah, Justin Britt was. He was.
Did he make the Pro Bowl, or was he an alternate?
Year. He was an alternate 1 year.
Yeah,
yeah, and that was at center.
Yeah, that was the best he was. He was tackle to guard to center.
He got better as he went in.
Yeah, and then that was the best he was.
Yeah, so I mean, I just think it would be cool to have a nice lockdown center. It all starts with the center, and certainly I think Olu can do it. It just he's had some injuries, and then again, I think he just needs to grab that position by the throat.
Well, Mike Macdonald was asked how they made that decision at center.
It's tricky because Olu was having a heck of a camp, probably playing his best football of his career before he got hurt. Jalen just took advantage of the opportunity, so they were still competing at the time. We felt like the way Jalen played against Kansas City really put him in a premium position to ultimately start the season at centers.
Yeah, I would say it's probably true for both of them in terms of the leash and how if they're out there messing it up. You're right. Coach Macdonald's not one to just sit there and wait it out.
Right.
Especially on the O-line where you make a mistake, your quarterback's getting creamed.
Right.
Or your running back's getting dropped in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. So those mistakes are much more punitive typically than, all right, my defensive tackle went this way, you're supposed to go that way. You can live with that more than your O-lineman doing an Olay there and somebody just a free runner in the backfield just pounding people.
Yeah. Well, and they're going to have a lot of plays where the pocket's moving and things like that to help the offensive line out. I mean, Gray Zabel said this is an offensive lineman's dream, this offense. So, by the way, I'm looking at Joey Hunt right now. It says that he was 6'2", 299. No
way.
Chance.
Oh, both of those are wrong.
I might weigh more than Joey Hunt right now than he did when he was playing. So,
and he wasn't 6'2".
Yeah, probably not. But, I mean, guy was as smart as a whip.
Yeah.
He knew everything. And I remember during, a preseason game, they just, they don't have a tackle. Oh, yeah, I'll play tackle. And he actually played well. But, yeah, that I think that's what Jalen Sundell brings to the table.
Yeah. Before we get into Mariners conversation, just one more. Wide receiver number 3, Torrey Horton. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think a lot of people saying he could be the steal of the draft. I mean, the guy was drafted in the 5th round, pick number 166 out of Colorado State, 6'3", 185 pounds. We talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing about him is that, they kept receivers who can block. And like I said yesterday, I think JSN could be your best blocker. He really is talented, and he's not the biggest guy. Well, I always talk about him, and I think I brought this up about Michael Bennett asking him in the production meeting, like, well, you're not that big, and you're not that fast, and like, what? Why? Because I had the same question.
Is that how he said it?
Sort of, like in a long, and I was like, thank you.
There's nothing really physically special about you.
Yeah, and I was like, thank you, Michael, because that's what I wanted to say. And but you look at, if you watch him block, man, he's ferocious. So yeah, these guys.
What was his response?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I think he just talked about reading defenses, and one of the things I kind of discovered just from going back and watching like a highlight tape of him and stuff is that he logs in his brain when he's running his route where the defenders are really well. So when he turns around, and not every pass is, him catching it and turning around, but you can see he knows when to get down, he knows what side a guy is on, and he's got a special talent that way. So I think that's part of it. And that's just mostly his run after catch, but he runs really good routes and he's got great hands. So I mean that's pretty much all you need. But yeah, Mike was asking him kind of in a roundabout way, and I was like, "Thank you, Bennett.
You're not that big.
I didn't want. I wanted to say the same thing, but yeah. So I think all of these guys, the characteristic is going to be that they're able to block.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for week 1. It's coming up September 7th, first game of the season, and we'll see what they look like. There are reasons to be optimistic based on what we saw at a preseason, but now you're scheming. Now you know who you're going up against, and it counts. Yep. And it's the 49ers right out of the gate. And they got a couple of former Seahawks there.
Yeah, Trey Brown starting at least their depth chart the way it is right now, and I'm not sure if that's set in stone, but he's their nickel.
Yeah, Trey Brown and MVS.
Yeah,
they're sharing secrets with the enemy now.
There you go.
They are the enemy now, is what they are, Dave. Meanwhile, Mariners get back to it this afternoon. They'll start their series with the Cleveland Guardians. George Kirby on the hill. But the news surrounding the Mariners came out. We've been wondering, when are we going to get news on Victor Robles? Well, we got it. His suspension was reduced by 3 games, so he's going to serve a 7-game suspension, and he's going to start tonight. So he'll be back September 6th, which will be game 2 of the Braves series on this road trip. So he does come back on the road trip, but he starts that suspension tonight, which is a bummer, but it's great it got reduced. I thought it would be 8 games. They went 1 better, so yeah, love that.
And Contreras got 6, right?
That's he's appealing, so yeah, maybe it gets knocked down to 5, 4. I don't know.
But Robles is done, so we know we get him back on the road trip. I just think, I think he's really important to this team. I mean, look, they've got a lot of good things going on right now, but I just love Robles and how he's kind of the opposite of Josh Naylor, right? He's all over the place, and he's just a pest. The way he plays, I just think he's just kind of spectacular to watch, and the way he runs at the plate, I think he can steal some bags. So I mean, and you look at
he's a very good defensive outfielder, and more importantly, his teammates seem to really love him.
Yep.
So he's important to the team in that aspect, that he's an energy guy. He's everything you just said, and yeah, him coming back is a nice addition to this team. It does suck to be without him for these games, but they've been without him for the majority of the season, so it's not like a dramatic, oh no, now what do we do? You kind of got teased by having him back for a few games, and now he's gone again. But I feel like he's kind of lucky, because when we were talking to Morosi about it, what do you think? Is it there's no precedent for this here? And we talked to Alombre, and everybody felt like, I don't know how much that gets reduced, because you just don't do that. Yeah, it's just not something you do. It's not something we've seen. So
yeah, it's unprecedented, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to start to see it more?
I would hope not. I would hope not, man. It's as much as I'd like to see some physical contact. Leave the weapons out of it.
Yeah.
You know what? You You want to throw hands? Go nuts. I'm there for it. But yeah, the throwing balls, throwing bats, helmets, leave the gear alone. You shouldn't need the gear.
Well, and Robles, up to the game where he got hurt in San Francisco, he had an 8-game hitting streak going there. He comes back and then has a 2-game hitting streak. So if you want to extend it through the injury, that's 10. But the last couple games he didn't get any hits, but he's, what is he, 240, 246 batting average, and I think his speed is really good, and you mentioned his defense is solid.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's coming. It's again, suspension is not good. I don't want to paint this as, hey, what a great thing, but it's great that it got reduced.
Yeah, I'm relieved actually.
Yeah, I'm just glad we got some clarity and that it didn't happen. I don't know, with the final 10 games, and you're going to lose 7 of them. Maybe at that point he's developed his rhythm. He's found his rhythm, and he's become a big contributor to the lineup and the offense. And now you're going to yank him out of the lineup for 7 games, and it's crucial. We've talked about how much each game matters. So, and these matter just the same, but it's better than him coming down the stretch or this team coming down the stretch, and then we get the announcement of the suspension. So. Yeah. I'll take it. It's nice that it's better than what I think most people anticipated, and we'll see how they do without him there, and hopefully he can hit the ground running when he gets back. And this team, we'll see where they're at in the standings, because every day it shifts. Every day we're watching the Astros and the Red Sox and the Yankees and the Guardians have been hanging around. So this is an important series here.
Yeah, it really is. It's interesting when you look at the ESPN page for the Cleveland Guardians. Jose Ramirez, I love that. He's one of my favorite players in the league. And you look at batting average, team leaders, Jose Ramirez, home runs, 26. Jose Ramirez, 68 RBIs, leads the team. On-base percentage, hits, slug, OPS, WAR, everything. He is that team. But, they've got some really nice players like Stephen Kwan, and I think they're a lot less effective without Josh Naylor. So it's kind of nice to have him on our side.
Well, it'll be Naylor's first time going up against Cleveland.
Is that right? With
the Mariners. So that'll be interesting to see. But Cleveland's 5 games back of that 3rd wild card spot that the Mariners have right now. So they're, I'm sure, out there talking like, hey, if we can sweep these guys, we're 2 games. We're right there. And they'll be rooting for Kansas City to lose, who's right in between them. The Royals are 3 games back. Texas 4.5, Cleveland 5. So you got a logjam. There's still a lot of games left to be played in order for these guys to make it up. So these guys are looking at it going, we're not out of this. Even Tampa Bay, they're 7.5 back. You got a series coming up with them. They can lop off 3 games off that. So all those teams are motivated. They've got reasons to go out there and try to put it on you, certainly beyond pride. So they feel like they're still in the thick of this race within striking distance with the number of games that are left.
Yeah, is it kind of weird? We dominated Texas 10-3, I think, 10-3 against that ball club. But boy, you look at some of their offensive players that they have. They have what it takes. They're just not having a good year. And then you look at their pitching, they're still number 1 in ERA and a lot of opponent batting average. So I don't know. That's the one that kind of bothers me a little bit. I think Charlie Furbush was telling us he thought Kansas City, as far as looking at the wild card chase there. But I don't know. The Rangers are back 4.5. I just hope they don't, find their way offensively in this last part of the season.
Yeah. I don't want anybody getting right against this team. And we already saw it a couple times throughout this season. So I don't know. All of these series, man, I don't care who it is. The Braves are out of it, but they're dangerous. They can beat you. Every team can win. We saw the Rockies beat the Astros in a game. It happens. So it's all of these are incredibly consequential, and I can't wait for the game tonight and to see the pitching hopefully revert back to form on the road the way we saw him do at home. Yep. And that starts tonight with George Kirby. So we'll be turning you over to the pregame show coming up at the top of the hour. Meanwhile, let's take 2.
Well, Mariners fans will also be watching this big series taking place in Houston that wraps around from Friday to Monday. Astros host the Angels for 4. Then they play the Yankees to finish off that homestand. And another guy to kind of watch out for, Kyle Schwarber, now just 1 home run back of Cal Raleigh after hitting 4 last night against the Braves.
4 home runs. 21st player in baseball history to hit 4 home runs in one game. And he had a chance for number 5, and he came up and popped up.
Yeah. Well, isn't the,
What a bomb.
What about the rookie? Isn't the rookie from the A's? He also
Kurtz
on
did
that
it,
list.
yep.
Kurtz. Yeah. That's unbelievable. But after watching him, I mean, in the All-Star game when he dropped down to a knee to hit that one, I mean, he's just got incredible power.
So he's just one behind Cal now.
Yeah.
4 in one game. My goodness.
Some good news for the Mariners. Ryan Bliss began his rehab assignment with Tacoma last night. Went 1 for 2, drove in 2 before he was lifted for a pinch hitter in the 8th inning. And last week, Justin Hollander said they want to get Bliss about 40 to 50 at-bats before they decide to bring him back up.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what his role will be because Cole Young's done a nice job. I don't know, maybe they platoon the two of them, lefty-righty. I don't. Bliss is right-handed, right? Yeah, he is right-handed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his role is. If Cole Young is your guy moving forward, which it feels like. Does Bliss, is it platoon or do they start looking at other positions with him? I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Bliss actually has 1 home run, and he had like a 6-7 game hitting streak going into the injury there. So, yeah, maybe he can help out a little bit, but I'm with you. I like Cole Young a lot, and especially seeing that he can hit with power.
Yeah, a couple of tanks this year. Yep. All right, Take Two is brought to you by Swedish Cyberknife. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife. Swedish.org/cyberknife prostate. We like to get some laughs in on Fridays, which is good because we got comedian Chris Porter, who's in town at the Tacoma Comedy Club. He's going to join us next with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
And the pitch on the way to Junior.
It's been 27 years since a Mariners slugger has reached the half-century mark.
Breaking ball, belted into the upper deck.
Look out, Junior. You've got company.
Upper deck, goodbye baseball, number 50 for Cal Raleigh.
This is where you hear Cal's quest for 56.
Magical.
And the Mariners push to the playoffs. Seattle Sports, the home of the Mariners.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman. I recently interviewed another Swedish Cyberknife patient who offered a glowing endorsement of their prostate cancer treatment. And a few months ago, it was Andy Ryder. He's the mayor of the city of Lacey. And this time, we welcome Tim Hunter, a lifelong local radio host. And Tim heard about it on the show, and he underwent Swedish Cyberknife treatment for prostate cancer the week right after last year's Super Bowl. And it was literally a week. All it took was 5 days in a row, with each session lasting less than an hour. And Tim chose Swedish Cyberknife because it only lasts 5 days, the treatment, and versus several months with other treatments. So on top of that, Swedish Cyberknife had by far the least interruption of his daily life. No surgery, no catheter, and the recovery was incredibly quick. And like I said, Tim heard about the Cyberknife treatment from our radio commercials here, and just like you're hearing right now. So if you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, schedule a consultation with Swedish Cyberknife. And remember, you don't need a physician's referral. You can go directly to swedish.org/cyberknife prostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
Old windows cost you money and security. Lake Washington Windows and Doors installs energy-efficient, high-security windows that lower your bills and increase protection. With leak armor installation and lifetime warranties, you're protected for life. Choose LakeWashingtonWindows.com today.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Lee Johnson Auto Family. This is King. This organization's a special one. They call it the Lee Johnson Auto Family, and it's not just a name, it's not just some cliche. They foster an environment for us to become a family, to work together, to really become close, and they show us in a lot of different ways that they do value us. Is it perfect? No, no place is. But I've been very thankful to be here in the almost 10 years and have every plan to stay here for a lot longer and just watch it continue to grow.
He's fun and professional, which explains why so many people visiting Lee Johnson Kia ask for him by name. The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. The best place to watch all your favorite sports. Featuring wall-to-wall viewing screens, 6 windows, and 30 kiosks. Be there at emeraldqueen.com. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
The home of the Mariners.
Left off to center. It is on its way. Julio, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
This summer, make sure your roof is ready for the season ahead with a company you can trust, like 3 Tree Roofing. We're not just your roofers, we're your neighbors, and we're here to help you protect your home this season. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free on-site estimate and get your roof replaced before the summer rush and potential material price increases. Our certified technicians make your roof replacement easy and worry-free, so you can focus on the important things this summer. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free, no-pressure estimate. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Feeling lucky? Don't miss the Lucky Classic Collector Car Truck and Boat Auction, Saturday, August 30th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Hundreds of cars, vintage, muscle, exotic, classics, trucks, boats, and more. Saturday, August 30th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Millions of dollars in inventory, many must sell with no reserve whatsoever. Get lucky, get local, and get in line for the Northwest's greatest collector car auction. Auction details at luckyoldcar.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Seattle without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Seattle for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FREE to 64,000. Seattle is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Seattle and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FREE to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FREE to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FREE to 64,000.
This hour is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll get to your mean texts, 866-979-3776. Before that, we got to get some laughs in because the texts don't often make us laugh. So we got to get a pro.
Yeah.
We've been looking for a replacement for our guy, Adam Ray, who's just become too big. He's just hard to get a hold of these days. He used to be a regular on the show. So, I don't know. We got to start looking elsewhere. And we've got one of the great comedy minds out there who's in town at the Tacoma Comedy Club. If you have not seen this guy before, do yourself a favor. Get out there and see him. He's absolutely brilliant. And he is with us on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. He is Chris Porter. How are you, brother?
I'm great, man. I'm a little, overwhelmed. I don't know if I can fill in for Adam Ray. He's a local legend. He's like... Of things that Seattle produced, I think it goes Pearl Jam, Kurt Cobain. You could flip those probably, and then it's Adam Ray, and I can't come out with that. I don't do it. I don't do a Dr. Phil. I don't do a Dr. Phil at all. I can do an Ellen, but somehow it comes off racist. So I don't know.
Well, Chris, it seems like a pretty tight-knit sort of little society as far as comedians go, right? Everybody knows each other. Is that fair to say, or is it?
There's definitely large groups of us that do. I mean, there's a whole swath of comics I don't know They're called Successful. No, I'm kidding. No, but Adam Ray was one of my first friends when I moved out to L.A., and I was out there for 20 years, and he was, I remember when we were very young having to wake Adam Ray up on my bathroom floor so another guy could use it to also throw up. So it was...
Oh, that's a hell of a visual right there. That's
yeah, it's Adam, you got to get up. Steve has to throw up now. So
everybody needs a turn.
Yeah, and we're 28, so this is a one bed, one bath.
Oh,
so.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think the first time I met you, Chris, was years ago with my buddy Craig Gass. And yeah,
that dude knows everybody and is everywhere all at the same time. I swear to God, I'm not kidding you. I was at the Rolling Stones concert in Las Vegas, and I went with my friend Zach Myers, who's in Shinedown, who knew a guy who got us into we had a thing that actually said golden ticket. Like, we were right up next to the catwalk. I made eye contact with Ron Wood, and he said, "Yeah, baby." And I said, "Yeah." And anywho, I'm there with the guy from Korn and the dude from Five Finger Death Punch. And here comes Craig Gass out of nowhere. Every time you're at an elite event, Craig's there and knows everybody.
You're 100% right. Yeah, we were standing on the side of the stage for Slipknot because he knew all those guys. We were hanging on their tour bus with him because of Craig. And he does. Yeah. He knows everybody. But that was I met you years ago with him, and then met you in L.A. with him again. But so you're out here. You got shows at Tacoma Comedy Club. I saw you out there last time. It was fantastic. Have you gotten as you come through more often? Do you get more of a Seattle centric theme to your comedy, or do you change it based on the venue, or is it this is my act and this is where it's going to be the same regardless of Seattle, L.A., or Kansas?
I mean, I do open with some local comments of stuff that I've seen throughout the day. But then mainly it's the same act throughout the world. And I'll just deal with the repercussions. I don't do politics or religion, so it's not real hard for me to go everywhere and talk about, because the stuff I talk about, seemingly everyone agrees with. It's people who talk in speakerphone in public, that kind of thing. Things we all hate.
Yeah.
And also, if you're listening to this and you're like, I do that sometimes, go to hell. All right? Just I hope you die a weird Willy Wonka style death with you and your. I just don't give. What is? I don't understand it. Why are you? Is it a flex? Are you trying to show off that your Android has speaker? Are you trying to prove to everyone at the mall that you have a mom? I don't get it. But yeah, it's just, so it's, when you talk about stuff like that, you can say the same things everywhere. It's pretty great.
Chris, where did you come up with Ugly and Angry? I like that name for a show.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, at the time, I was not easy on the eye. I had always wanted to grow my hair out. I have very naturally curly hair, and I didn't know to the extent. I thought I was going to grow it out into a Kenny G, Rich Robinson-esque mane of curls that float in the wind, and it just kept growing outwards like a shrubbery. And but I was like, one day it'll fall. And even if that would have happened, now I'm just Sideshow Bob. So there was never it was never going to work. But I was in my 20s and I was hell bent on having long hair. And I wasn't a happy person, not just because of the hair, but for many reasons. But that was just a time of my life where girls would sleep with me in spite of my hair. Do you understand? If girls dated me, they'd have to be he's a real nice guy. You know what I'm saying?
He's funny. He's got other qualities.
He's funny.
Yeah. He makes me laugh.
He's got a future. He's going to be all right. But yeah, the hair is we're working on it.
Yeah, you had some great lines in that special, though, about your hair, saying, "Look, I didn't just wake up and say, hey, Wonka me,' with the hair."
Yeah. No, that wasn't the plan. No, I wanted.
Yeah, the look has definitely changed, because the first time I saw you was on the Tommy Chong special way back, and you had big bell bottoms on, and I think you came out and said something like, "Yeah, I think you all look weird too," or something along those lines.
Yeah. No, that was a weird time in my life. I was traveling around with the Chris Robinson Brotherhood and doing too much nitrous. And, yeah. And then I remember that special because Tommy Chong was like deathly ill, and he did it anyway, rock star that he is. But then he walked off stage like in the middle of a sentence, and the director came out, and he could have told the audience anything. He could have said, Tommy ate an edible and he's just too high, or Tommy's just got to take a phone call. But what he said was, Tommy's deathly ill and he's going to the hospital. And that was a bit of a buzzkill for the audience. Yeah. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but guess who was next up on the bill? And it was me. And for the first 8, and the thing about taped performances, like normally, like at the Tacoma Comedy Club, I can see like the first 3 rows, and everything else is just a black abyss. And when you do a taped show, the audience is well lit so that they can film them laughing and all that kind of thing. So for 8 minutes, they just stared at me, and I had to look at them. Just look at me. And it was tough. And luckily, after about 10 minutes, I got them on my side. Yeah. But it was the worst experience. As a matter of fact, that was the night. I don't know if you've ever heard the joke where I talk about the girl who wanted to know if she needed a jacket and it was 118 degrees outside.
Yes, I know that one.
So, yeah, that joke was written that night because she was there. And, Bob, I'm not kidding you. I'm on stage, and I'm scanning the audience, and she's in the audience in the jacket. Not a joke. That happened.
You got to tell Dave that one and our listeners that one real. I know it, but this is classic. This girl was like, I talk about how there's like no stupid. Some people say there are no stupid questions. And I was like, one time I was out with this girl, it was 118 degrees outside, and she goes, do I need a jacket? And I was like, well, it was 118 degrees outside 3 hours ago. Do you know what kind of meteorological event would have had to occur for the temperature to drop 60 degrees in 3 hours? Because even if it dropped 30 degrees, it's still 88 degrees outside. I go, did you hear sirens? Because I'll tell you what, if things go 60 degrees in 3 hours, forget going out.
Yeah.
Things have gone nuclear. Plans are canceled. Start digging a hole.
Yeah. Hey, one of the things I'm so impressed by, and I don't know why somebody would, try to heckle you while you're on stage. I mean, you're a professional, and these are amateurs you're dealing with. But how much of your show is that, and how have you developed that over the years? Because I love that part of it.
I mean, it happens sometimes. It's normally the later shows, dudes. I guess because when I've been doing it as long as I have, I kind of make it look easier than it is, as most comics do. And so people get drunk, and they're the funniest guy at their Buffalo Wild Wings, and they know it.
Right.
And they're like, I can do this. So, like, you do something, and they'll be like, and they'll, like, try to add something to it, and it just sits there like a wet fart. And, and like, even their dates, like, come on.
Yeah.
And so normally I just let them sit in it. And then I go, you thought that was going to be real funny, didn't you? And I go, now it's just real warm in here, isn't it? So, but now because of the internet, you have to like produce content and stuff. I do open the floor to questions once a show. And normally it's tame and it's fun, but every once in a while it gets a little out of hand. And that's usually the stuff that makes the internet. So.
Hey, quickly before we let you get out of here, I told these guys you are a resident Kansas City Royal honk, and I think you've thrown out a first pitch or two, have you not?
I did. I threw out one. It was pretty great.
How was it? Location, speed?
Okay, so so first off, I went up on the mound. I threw from the rubber.
Okay.
A lot of these people are throwing from the bottom of the mound like it's, some sort of Special Olympics. It's like, get up there and do your thing. And if you're going to do it, do it. So I threw it from the mound. I'm going to be honest with you. It was high and left, not like still in the batter's box. Like I didn't, wild thing it by any stretch of the imagination. But my poor dad, the glove they gave him was like literally out of the box. And so he missed it, and he still talks about it to this day. But he's like, that glove, I would have caught it if it wasn't for that glove.
It's always blame the equipment. Always blame the equipment. Chris Porter's, he's going to be at the Tacoma Comedy Club. You got, 2 shows tonight, right?
2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, 7 and 9:30. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, so go to tacomacomedyclub.com/shows. You'll find them on the calendar there, and you can get your tickets there. It's a fantastic show. I'm going to be out there at the late show on Saturday with all the hecklers. So I'll be
make sure to wear your jacket, right?
Yeah, I'll have my jacket on when it's 118. No, but I'll catch up with you out there, man. Good to talk to you again. I look forward to the show.
All right, talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Bye.
Chris.
There you go. Chris Porter, one of the great comedians out there. Yeah, if you like stand-up comedy, head out to the Tacoma Comedy Club tonight or tomorrow night. Does a great job out there. All right, text line is still there for mean text, 866-979-3776. Last chance to get those in. Plus, we'll hear from a guy who refuses to admit he made a bad decision in our WHYMAN of the week. That's all coming up next. It's Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710.
It's the Mariners' push to the playoffs, and it's only on Seattle Sports.
Swung on, clubbed, it is gone! Gino smashes one again!
Up next, the Mariners begin a 9-game road trip with a first of 3 in Cleveland. Mariners Guardians this afternoon.
First pitch at 4:10, pregame at 3.
The push to the playoffs lives on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app, the home of the Mariners.
Well, I've heard from a lot of you on this, and every time we talk about injuries and old things we've done to our bodies, competing in sports or whatever, I get the texts about, oh, man, I got a bad back, I got a bad knee, you should see what I did to my ankle. And maybe some of you are looking at surgery or even joint replacement. Before you do that, let me help you out with this. It's Bob Stelton here. I recommend you go see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Now, I went there because I heard Dave talking about it and heard all these testimonials from people that went there and just how life-changing it was and how they didn't have to go under the knife. So I said, let me check this out. I met with Dr. Wagner, gave him my MRI results. He looked at it and said, look, you got a lot of things happening in there. It's not going to fix every last one of them, but it is going to go a long way into helping you. So I went for it. 90-minute outpatient procedure, stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner has turned things around for me. I used to have pain walking too long, just walking. I couldn't sleep. I had pillows under my hips. It was just a nightmare. And all of that is completely changed. And Dr. Wagner knows his business, man. This is a guy who is a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience performing more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. Now, people with severe osteoarthritis or maybe they're bone on bone, they're back to doing what they enjoy doing, and they're doing it without pain and, more importantly, without surgery. So whether you had a hip issue like I've had, a shoulder, a knee, elbow, whatever it is, before you go with surgery, go see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Head to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV. Yeah!
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Luxury has arrived at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. The hotel is open and you can book now at snocasino.com. The destination spa, the expanded non-smoking gaming floor, the big 2,000-seat entertainment space and convention center, and yeah, the new restaurants, food venues as well. Effortless style and the utmost in relaxation. Go to snocasino.com to book. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
John here with Happy Hauler. Furniture and household items you plan to throw away? We work with organizations all over Western Washington to donate used items. Happy Hauler is Seattle's eco-friendly junk removal. HappyHauler.com, hauling with a heart.
Hey homeowners, John Curley here. Why not improve your home's comfort and efficiency now? Plus, save 50 to 75% by combining tax credits, rebates, and incentives on a new heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Hey baseball fans, T-Mobile is turning up the excitement with the Grand Slam giveaway. Want to score 4 premium tickets to an upcoming professional baseball game? This is your shot to experience the action like a VIP. Stop by your nearest T-Mobile Experience store and enter for your chance to win. While you're there, check out all the amazing deals and perks waiting for you with T-Mobile, your hometown network. Don't strike out. The Grand Slam giveaway won't last forever. Visit your local T-Mobile Experience store today for your chance to win 4 premium professional baseball tickets.
The home of the Mariners.
One hopper snared at short. On a quick hop by J.P. Crawford. That guy's a magician over there at shortstop.
Seattle Sports.
Download the Seattle Sports app.
Tim Hunter, a lifelong local radio host, underwent Swedish cyberknife treatment for prostate cancer less than a year ago. What's it like to go through the cyberknife treatment?
Well, you go in, you do a 5-day-in-a-row stint. You go to the Swedish hospital, and it's they say set aside 45 minutes for each treatment. It's really only about 35 minutes of that little robotic arm dancing around you. There's no pain involved. It was just too easy.
Treat prostate cancer with Swedish cyberknife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknife prostate.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you, which means you'll save hundreds for your business. And get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 10/9/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of 1 unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. 1 discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why, man? Why?
Lunch has been canceled today due to lack of hustle. Deal with it.
He's a habitual line stepper.
What were you thinking? What are you doing?
Why are you the way that you are?
It's the WHYMAN of the week.
WHYMAN is presented by Mazda of Everett, and today's star is the guy we were just talking about during the commercial break there, Jerry Jones, talking about Micah Parsons and the trade and everything, and apparently he seems a bit confused as to what his actual first name is. Here's what he had to say.
There was no question in our mind that Michael could bring us a lot of resources on a trade. What I would like to say is I firmly made a commitment to Michael this spring.
All right. Is Is he senile or is he being passive aggressive there?
See, I would have thought for sure he was doing it on purpose and being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
No question. But I don't know. Maybe Ian said that. Didn't you say, Ian, that he said, have we even ever had a Michael? And you instantly.
Yeah, there was a question that somebody in the press conference was like, what do you think about Michael leaving? He was like, no, we didn't have a Michael on the team. You had Michael Irvin. There's been a Michael in the past. Pretty famous.
Weird. All right, there you go.
You think he's starting to lose it? He's starting to
probably
a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe things got stretched too tight. He's got a headache. I don't know what's going on there with the face. His El Hombre calls him false face. So there you go. All right. Do we have enough mean text there, Lefko? What do you think?
Sure. We can do some mean text.
All right, let's close it out with mean text before we turn you over to the pregame show. Is that open there, or are we just going to...
Mean text. Ian doesn't know how to play the mean text.
Ian, come on. See, that's what happens when you wear that Red Sox hat. Things go wrong. This
guy, 360, says, you guys should literally see if you can use that title for your show. It's perfect for you guys. Ugly and angry. That's nice work, 360. He's awake. He's not smoking weed.
This one isn't a mean text. Says, no mean text today. You guys got Josh in an interview, and I think I saw him smirk in it. You guys should get an award. I don't know if he smirked.
He didn't laugh at all. That was the issue.
I don't know if he did.
Dave got a little worried.
I know. I remember seeing Jen Mueller interview him afterwards, and he was giving some kind of short answers, and I was like, oh, that looks terrifying.
Yeah.
So I was worried that I had like 30 questions written down.
you were prepared.
In case he was, yeah. Because you asked him the thing, and I thought about doing it, but since you did the interview, the thing about JP was hilarious. Yeah. And you said you brought the whole thing up about, JP thought you hated him. He's like, what do you say? No, I don't.
Yeah, did he tell you thought you hated him? No.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
360 said, just turn the whole show over to a comic. Those 15 minutes were the best part of the last 8 months. All right. Fair enough.
Carter from Tacoma says, Lefko is the type of driver who looks at himself in the mirror and says, looking good, feeling good, as he backs out of the driveway into his garbage can.
That's when you go, Lefko.
Yeah.
We haven't used that one in a while.
You got to break it out.
It's a callback.
Let's see. 509. Bob, when you're out at the Tacoma Comedy Club on Saturday, don't be the dude that heckles to impress the girls. It's not a good look. Yeah, don't worry about me. I know my place.
Yeah, you're gonna. Shannon one time popped off when we first started dating in a comedy show, and then the guy brought her up on stage and made kind of a mockery of her, and he was like, every time I touch your back, you move your mouth, and he had her saying all these stupid things and everything. And I was like, honey, why did you have to say anything? I mean, she wasn't trying to burn the comedian. It was just like, oh yeah, we're from Seattle or something like that,
That's what you get.
That's what you get.
Last one, first mean text ever. I got nothing else to say besides you guys suck. All right. There we go.
Short, keep it simple.
There you go. On that note, that does it for us. Thanks to Chris Porter for joining us on the program. If you missed any part of today's show or any day, you can find it on the podcast page at seattlesports.com. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you on Monday. Yes, Monday with Wyman and Bob.
Historic cow. Are you buying it? You like that? Historic
cow. Brock and Salk.
It sounds too much like Dangerous. That's my problem.
Morning 6 to 10.
Can you get to 54 to tie Mickey Mantle or pass him at 55 for switch hitting home runs in a season? Can you get to 56 or 57 to tie or pass Junior?
For me, it would be Griffey. Hitting in the Kingdome for those years, a totally different era from pitching. I think even Ken would go, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Only on Seattle Sports.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
History, it had the gold rush. Then came the oil boom, the tech boom, but right now it's the Wi-Fi boom, and Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. Xfinity has everything you need to tap into the Wi-Fi boom with seriously powerful and seriously reliable connection. It's got 99.99% network reliability and incredibly low lag, so your streams are smoother than making a decision on what to stream. And did I mention that you can even connect to hundreds of devices so you, your kids, your parents, your poker group, and whoever else is at home can all experience the Wi-Fi boom with Xfinity. And the Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed, all in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract, all with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X5 Complete required for unlimited data, except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards, USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
Hey, college students, Safeway is giving you 5% off. That's right, junior colleges, tech schools, universities. Just verify your student ID in the app, unlock exclusive deals, and shop on the app or in person. Better yet, subscribe to Fresh Pass to get free delivery and other special offers. Remember, if you use EBT, Fresh Pass is 50% off and you get savings on fresh produce. For all the details, visit Safeway.com/4U. That's Safeway.com/FOR and the letter U.
This is Seattle